Good morning. Welcome to the Family Meeting Podcast. We're glad that you are watching today. We have had the craziest week. We graduated another daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter number 2 graduated from high school, and in doing so, she also received her Associates of Art degree from
Daytona State.
Daytona State College. So it has been a really interesting week. We had the graduation on Friday night. Then we had her.
Back it up, because Thursday we had an art show for
That was Wednesday.
our daughter.
Wednesday.
Is that Wednesday?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then we went to Daytona State College to see her art in the gallery,
She had 5 pieces out of 20,
which was incredible.
because there's like 14 students in her class or whatever, and she's a fourth of the whole show.
Okay, so that right there was that moment where I'm like, okay, every mom thinks that her kid has like talent, right?
Yeah, so it's like Mother's Day Sunday, and your little kids are going to draw and you give you cards and whatever. You're going to put it up on the fridge.
Yeah. And you're like, this is the best little stick figure I've ever seen. And I thought that Isabella's art was good. Like, I really did. But I didn't know where she fell in like comparison to other people or like in the art world, which I'm not a part of at all.
Or if it's just mom
If it's just
looking
mom
at her art
goggles.
thinking it looks great.
Yeah. And then to see that she was chosen, 5 of her pieces were chosen out of 20 in a class of multiple people. And she's a high school student in a college class.
Yeah.
And she made it like that. It's like, I think she has a real future in this. I don't think it's just mom saying so.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Her teacher's the one that chose the art.
Yes.
So then you were saying, what's Friday?
Friday night was the graduation. Then Saturday we had her graduation party here. And then after the party, we went to New Smyrna, Florida, to an art gallery where they are selling her art.
So she has 3 pieces in that gallery.
Also chosen by her professor.
Yeah.
And it was just incredible, like an incredible weekend. And then, of course, we had church and we had our connection group Sunday evening. And we're about to go into our biggest ladies event at our church. So this is a really busy season for us. But as parents, it's like emotional, happy, sad. It's all the feelings. And it's very like, it's exhausting physically. And then there's that emotional side that you tie to it. So it's like completely exhausting.
Yeah.
So we're worn out, but we're happy. We're just kind of worn out.
Mother's Day's coming, though. Dads, you got a couple days left just to make sure mom's taken care of. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I got to send out the group text to the girls saying, hey, make sure you get mom something.
Yeah. I don't even care about getting something. I just care about being thought of ahead of time.
Well,
I don't want my kids to be like on Sunday afternoon, like, oh crap, it's Mother's Day, and like try to just pull something together. I just want them to think of me ahead of time.
Yeah.
Write me a nice card or a letter.
Yeah, you like the handwritten stuff the most.
Yeah, and then I want pictures with my girls because we've been doing that since the first Mother's Day when Catherine was born. She was like 4 or 5 months old, 6 months old, and we have pictures with her. Actually, Isabella was probably in those pictures too. We just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah,
I would have been pregnant with Isabella at that time. And so that's all I want. Like I'm not trying to get gifts, but I just want my kids to think about me.
Yeah.
And you have to think about me too.
Yeah.
Because I'm your kid's mother.
Not my mom.
No, but I'm your kid's mother.
I do have my mom's card right over there, ready to sign.
Yeah, you need to do that though, because it's already not gonna get there on time. We gotta get that.
You never know. It might make it. So.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this recording going.
Hope you have a great week. We're going to be talking about moms today. Did you tell everybody what we're talking about?
I didn't. You guys just have to wait until the recording.
Or not.
No teaser?
No. It's YouTube. We don't have to string them along.
Oh, okay. We are talking about when mom goes away. So this is kind of an episode.
Dads will play.
True. This is an episode that is really kind of tailored to stay-at-home moms, but can apply to anything, because we're gonna learn what not to say, what to say, how to make it even better when mom goes away.
I think just moms in general, because it doesn't matter if you're a mom who works, you come home and you still got all the stuff with the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, we ready?
I'm ready.
Gather round, everybody. It's time for a family meeting. The Family Meeting is a show that's all about family relationships. We're the Osterkamps. I'm Thomas, and this is my wife, Ready.
Hello and welcome to our family. Welcome to episode 241 of the Family Meeting Podcast. I'm glad that you have joined us today. On today's episode, we are going to talk about when mom leaves. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you may want to clarify.
When mom leaves, not forever. Yeah. Mother's Day is coming.
She's going away on a trip or a getaway.
Yes.
But
exactly.
is coming back.
Lord willing. Be nice so that she wants to come back. But we are going to talk about this episode actually stems from a conversation I had with another mom. And when she shared her story with me, it literally transported me back to a moment in our relationship with our kids, something that happened. And I'm not going to share it all right now, but this is proof that this very thing that we're going to talk about today happens in probably every home at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Where when mom leaves, dad takes over and he becomes this big hero that let you leave. And then you come back and he doesn't do all the things that you do, but he just keeps the kids alive.
He
and then he
does more.
says something like, I don't know why you complain about this. This is so easy. And ruins the whole trip. So we're going to kind of talk about when mom goes away, what not to say and what to say.
Okay, sounds good. But
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about last episode.
Last episode was fun.
We had so many great comments on what not to say to your wife while she is in labor. And so I want to share some of the comments with you that popped up for the episode itself. So in the episode was talking about how man flu is worse than giving birth.
Yeah. Okay.
And I really thought, I thought men would side with me. And Ryan Farrell comments, Thomas Osterkamp, I think you're just a baby.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I'm with Ryan Farrell. Absolutely.
What happened here? I thought it was us against the world, dudes. Come on.
He is a baby.
So, and then Bruce Wallace said, there you go, digging yourself a hole again. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. This is what I wanted people to understand, like Bruce. If you just keep digging the hole, you're never back in it. You're just there. You just stay there.
You're just still in the hole.
Yeah, so it just makes it that much easier.
That's the strategy happening here.
Yeah. So we had a comment on Instagram from Yarned Perfections. Scott was a pro, very supportive, and did whatever I asked. I guess at one point I looked at him and said, I'm hot, take off your sweatshirt. And he did.
That's adorable. I love that.
And she said Scott and my mom were present with both births. So
That's true emotional connection, I think.
So we were talking about having mom in.
Yeah.
Also.
So Scott and mom, okay.
We're there for both of them.
Okay. It'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious if our girls will invite me into the labor room, and I'm kind of curious, do I want to go?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I do, and I also don't.
Right?
It's hard to watch your kid go through any pain. I can't imagine watching them go through that.
Yeah. The excitement, though, of being right there when your grandbaby's born.
That'd be cool.
This is one of our comments from YouTube from @Fenrock. Fenrock. FENROC. Could you moan quieter, please? I try to watch the game over here.
Yeah, that goes right along with a lot of them. It's terrible.
Yeah, sports.
These guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am curious if any couples actually had the game on in the labor and delivery room.
Yeah, because we were talking. Who was it? We were talking with somebody, and they were literally telling me about this. And they said she turned the game on. Who was
is this person? Somebody loves football or whatever game.
Yeah, she turned the game on.
Wow.
I can't remember who it is now.
If you are obsessed with, the Vikings or something, I would say that probably
The Vikings.
I don't know, I picked the first one I could think of. I feel like that could be a great distraction in the midst of your pain, but I don't know, wouldn't work for me.
Unless you're watching
angry.
the Vikings and they suck, so you're just mad about that too.
That's true. But then wouldn't that still be a distraction?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just multiplying the pain as far as I'm concerned. And then there was a back and forth here between a few people here on Facebook. So we hit the trifecta on comments here from Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. Lee, Wesley, and Christina Major. My husband went with my dad to eat Chinese food 20 minutes away from the hospital when I was about to have the twins. Twins.
Come on, guy.
He almost missed the birth by 2 minutes. We did not know they went so far to eat after the doctor had come in and said, "Oh, we are going to have the babies very soon." So she says, "I've never been more mad at Lee, Wesley, and Daddy."
At the same time.
And I'm like, man, that is a close call. 2 minutes.
2 minutes and almost missed the birth of twins.
For some Chinese food. So Kayla, who is Christina's sister, says it was 100% a Danny Parks idea, which is their dad.
They are calling Danny Parks out.
He just wanted the Chinese buffet. Yeah.
Oh, man. When you want Chinese, you want Chinese. What can I say?
Yeah, so Lee, Wesley, and Christina Major says, it's definitely funny now, but at the time, I have never been more mad. My doctor still talks about it to this day. It's been 2.5 years.
That is so funny.
That is really funny.
But for real?
Yeah.
I'd be so angry.
It's like a super close call.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite comical. So send your comments in.
Yes, we love to hear your comments. It's so fun to hear what happened to you. Your story is unique.
Yeah. So you can email us. You can reach us at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Love to hear from you and to share your thoughts, comments, experiences on the episode as well. Just a couple of weeks away, and we will be in Byram, Mississippi with our friends, the Howells, looking forward to their marriage retreat they have going on. I actually have a phone call with James today to discuss all the last-minute details, make sure everything's lined up, ready to go.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time back with them. Leveling up your marriage is going to be the conversation we're going to have. I believe 4 sessions. I know we're talking about level up your sex life.
Yep. Compassion.
Leveling up compassion.
Forgiveness.
Okay. And what? Do you remember the 4th one?
Wait. Yes.
You got
Teamwork.
Okay.
It's funny because you put me on the spot there.
Yeah, well, it's like we get the stuff ready to go, and then we review it as we get ready and get closer. So some good conversations that we're going to be having there, and looking forward to that.
We'd love to have you join us if you're anywhere near Byram, Mississippi, or if you would want to fly in. I'm telling you, it's actually a very beautiful area. I didn't know much about Mississippi, really. I mean, I've driven through Mississippi many times. Yeah. But to actually stay and like do a little hiking and like exploring, it's very beautiful, hilly, foresty, country area. It was very beautiful.
Well, and it's on the property of a retreat center. And it's really nice. They have a nice staff that cooks great food.
Excellent food.
Giant lake there that you can walk around or just sit and over. It's a really great facility, really great people. Good time. We're looking forward to that. And then we've got a couple more coming up, one in July, one in August, that we'll get more information out very shortly.
Sounds great. All right, well, let's get into our discussion for today, because there are times when mom leaves and dad, he's doing the right thing. He's giving mom a break. But there are some things that you can do and say that almost ruin the whole thing and make it worse than if she would have never left. And even well-meaning comments can hit badly, and they can make mom feel unappreciated, guilty, or resentful after her break. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the negative. All right, we're coming into this thing on a negative note because we want to leave on positivity.
Yeah. Don't want to leave on a heavy.
No.
So let's.
Now I will share what happened with Thomas and me. When the girls were little.
You'll have to remind me.
Because Thomas doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember any stories. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I could just make anything up.
Yeah, I know.
If I wanted to.
Dangerous.
You would believe it because...
I would probably know if I didn't say that. Like if it doesn't sound believable. But
yeah, but almost anything sounds believable from you.
So I do have a few memories. You didn't leave the kids and I often.
Yeah, very rarely.
But I do have a few memories. I remember one time the girls were small, and I don't remember where you were, but you were away, And so I took all the girls out and we went and got Taco Bell. Brought it back to the room. They were all in their PJs and stuff. We're eating Taco Bell late at night and watching cartoons in my room.
That is adorable. Your eyes are like lighting up right now with that memory. That is adorable. Well, you were a good daddy.
And because Isabella just graduated, we've been going through all the photos and everything from when they were very small. And I absolutely love that stage. It was probably my favorite when they were toddlers.
Like 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
In that age. So I went on a little scrapbooking retreat with your mom and my sister-in-law, Susan.
Okay,
remember that?
Yep, I do remember that.
That's the one that I want to talk about today.
Oh, boy.
I remember leaving 3 times. So this is one of those 3 times.
One of the times I remember you were gone, and when Mom's gone, I get a chance to take the girls out and get junk food stuff that.
Yeah, because I was pretty strict.
We didn't eat on the regular, so I was going to get them all TV dinners. We went to Hy-Vee to let them pick out their own TV dinners, and it was that one time where Abigail just threw a major fit in the store.
Yeah. There was a part of me that was glad she threw that fit for you because she did it for me often.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, at least he has to deal with it alone this time.
I'm walking through the store and this kid is just screaming.
Bloody murder.
Yeah. That was one of those times where it was like, have a little more compassion on those parents out there whose kids screaming through the store. Because I used to hear that and be like,
judgy.
Man, these parents are horrible. Like, get your kid in line. What is wrong with you? And then it's like, God's like, okay, I see you.
This one's for you.
Yeah.
So Loretta and Susan and I went to a motel and we drug all of our scrapbooking stuff. We stayed 2 nights. And when I got back, which by the way, we had a great time. It was lovely.
Scrapbooking was a big deal back then.
We loved it back then. It was very in back then. And we had a great time. Of course, now that the girls are graduating and everything, it's really fun to pull out all the scrapbooks that I made of them. And I'm glad I did. But that's not
because everybody was taking them out and looking through them.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So I get home and the house is a mess. It wasn't trashed, but it was not mom clean.
To be fair, it's not ever going to be mom clean when you're gone.
When I'm gone, right. So,
but I wasn't trying to be rude, like just leave trash and stuff everywhere.
It wasn't like it was trashed. It was just not every dish was done. No laundry had been done at all. So I get back and I'm not upset about that until Thomas said to me, oh yeah, this is easy. Taking care of the kids is easy. And I was like, oh, knife to the heart, because it felt like what you were saying was demeaning what I do every day. And anytime I tell you, like, I'm exhausted, this is hard, like, why would you say that? This was so easy. And yet you weren't doing the same things that I was doing when I'm alone with the kids. And so it felt really bad. So there can be your first one. Now, Thomas and I had a discussion about this. He has already long apologized for saying that. I explained to him why it was hurtful and he understood it. Like, we worked through it.
Yeah.
But it's something I think dads say sometimes.
It definitely sounds like it. It's something I would say.
Yeah.
But, and here is part of the situation too, is when mom goes away, you want to make her feel like, she is needed. So the house, guys, you can't leave the house spotless, right? You got to leave some dishes and stuff. So she knows, like, oh, he definitely can't handle this by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and probably dad didn't worry about nutrition, brushing teeth, baths.
You just heard like TV dinners and Taco Bell, like that was,
and no bedtime. So when you have no bedtime or you don't enforce naps, like there's very little discipline happening because they're getting whatever they want whenever they want it.
Unless they're screaming through the store while you're trying to be nice to them.
Then discipline happens.
Yeah. So
what are some other things that you don't want to say?
Okay. So first of all, what I said, don't say that, because it's not easy. And here is another one. And this is all about how you say it, right? Because you could say it one of two ways. And one way it is fantastic. And another way it's like, oh. So, finally you're back. Because like if she walks in the door and you're like, oh, finally you're back. Like that's,
I love you. I missed you so much.
Exactly. Like that's the two different connotations. But of course, we're talking about the like making her feel guilty that she's gone or that she was gone, or acting like she was gone forever, longer than she should have been.
Right.
that it implies her time away was an inconvenience or a burden for you rather than a well-earned break.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like, it doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom or if you are a mom who works a full-time job all the time. In most homes, obviously every home's not the same, but in most homes, like, the kids want mom. They ask mom the questions. They go to her for the stuff. Now,
Yes.
I know there are differences, and feel free if, like, your home it's the dad, like the kids go to the dad all the time, feel free to send us a note or comment and let us know your story and what your experience is. But all moms, whoever you are, deserve a break. Like,
Yes.
there's something special about mom and what she does and what she brings to the table. And so, what any break a mom can get, I'm all for. Like, you have definitely earned it. So don't make her feel like you inconvenience me by being gone.
Mm-hmm. Here's another thing not to say. You owe me.
Yeah.
That's terrible. She walks in the door and you're like, man, you owe me. Parenting is a team effort, and keeping score is going to turn mutual support into competition, and it's not a competition. We always say when you compete with each other, you both lose. Don't compete, okay? So she doesn't owe you because she got a break. This was something that was reasonable. It was good for her to have a break, and it's reasonable for you as their father to keep them so that she can have a break. And fathers, you are not babysitting.
Yeah.
You are not babysitting. You are taking care of your own children. And giving your wife a break is going to benefit you. She will feel better. She will have more energy. It's going to be good for the whole family.
Yeah, and somebody who says you owe me, this is probably not the only thing they're keeping score.
Absolutely.
So they're keeping score on money spent, on chores, on a lot of different things, which is just unhealthy in a relationship. And this kind of goes along with the you owe me. It's in the similar vein where she gets home and you say, now it's your turn. Dumping the kids or chores on her immediately signals that her return means back to work rather than welcome back.
This is so sad. Like, I'm picturing this little scenario happening where, like, mom walks in the back door and dad's like, now they're yours. And he walks out the front door without even, like, saying hello to
While
his
he
wife.
hands her a giant load of laundry to wash
Exactly.
on the way out the door.
Like, I think I would just, like, go to my knees and cry. And, of course, the kids would be, like, climbing all over that mom. I'm so glad you're back. And you're just crying.
Yeah. So...
All right, how about this? The kids were a nightmare. Basically, you're trying to instill guilt in her. You want her to feel guilty that she left.
Well, and here's the thing, Dad. Your kids are always a nightmare. She's just dealing with it most of the time. You're actually getting to see it now, which is what happened to me in the store. Like,
Yes,
I got a
that's
chance
right.
to see what
Yeah.
a nightmare our kids can be at times.
Yeah.
So don't tell her the kids were a nightmare. She already knows. Like,
Yeah.
that's why she needs a break. That's why she's trying to get away. Like,
She's running from the monsters.
exactly.
But saying the kids are a nightmare, in a way, it could be good if you're like, all right, I get what you're saying. This is hard. You're right. Our kids are a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's different than being like, our kids are a nightmare and you made me keep them and you left us. So even if it's true that your kids are a nightmare, which probably it is, she's not going to be able to, like, go back and make them behave. Well, they were gone, which, by the way, fathers, it is really your department to discipline
Totally.
your children,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
moms. So if your kids are a nightmare, step it up and do your job. Oh, I got a little, like, preachy there.
Yeek.
Sorry. And I love all of you fathers.
Yeah.
But listen, what you're doing when you do that is, like, you are shifting blame on her for not being there. And you're blaming her for the kids being a nightmare, which is not even her department. It really is yours.
Yeah, and I think maybe we can shift that conversation a little. I know that after you came back after that trip, we had a conversation and kind of commiserated on
Yes.
some of the hard issues that we have with our kids and the discipline and the behavior and those sorts of things. And so just changing the way you have the conversation. Yeah, the kids might have been a total wreck and nightmare. First of all, their whole schedule is been
Yep.
thrown off. So,
Yep.
like, that's part of it. like Lysandra said, when she was gone, it was like, okay, whatever's the easiest, I'm doing.
I know you do.
If mom is away for a meal, it's like, hey kids, you want pizza rolls? Do you want me to order pizza? Like, what are we doing?
Nobody's thawing chicken and seasoning it and putting it
roasting
on
vegetables.
Yeah, it's not happening with mom's.
Not with me. Now,
maybe some dads. But
some dads do that. That's not me.
No.
So like, schedule's off. They're not eating well. They're not getting their regular sleeping routine.
They do miss their mom.
Yeah. So you're literally creating the perfect storm for your kids to misbehave. It's going to happen a lot. Mm-hmm. So just commiserate with her, and then, hey, thank her, man. You put up with these monsters a lot. Like and you came back.
Thank you for coming back.
You came home. Thank you.
Yeah. But we're going to get into things you're supposed to say. Right now, we're focusing on the worst things you can say. So what else should you not say, babe?
All right. What about this one?
Okay.
Everything's a mess now.
How could you have left? Now everything's a mess.
Yeah. Whether it's the house, schedule, kids' routine.
Yeah.
Complaining right away erases any relaxation she gained.
I think that's really true.
Well, and what I think is funny is you make that statement, everything's a mess now. It's like, well, you're the guy on duty. Like
clean it up.
This happened on your watch, bro. Mm-hmm. So
this one I hate. There is no way that somebody can say this statement in any context and it be kind. Must be nice. This one like irritates me so bad, partially because it's been said to me, not by you, but it's been said to us, I should say.
Yeah,
it's been said to us.
Are you
going to share why?
Yeah, I'm going to share.
Right,
I mean, I don't care. So we're not shy about letting people know we like to travel. We don't do amusement parks. We don't spend our money in a lot of different ways, but we like to travel and we like to see things and take our kids places. And we work hard. Like we work very hard for what we have. And we were on vacation, and this has happened more than once. We were on vacation, and we post photos, and what if you're following us at all on social media? You know more about my life than I probably do. And we had somebody comment like, oh, must be nice to go to Florida. I'm like,
must be nice to always travel, or must be nice to like hardly ever work, or something like that. It was like, so
I'm
mean.
Like, yeah, we've worked for the life we have. Like, obviously God's been very good to us and gracious to us with our health and everything else. But it's like, it is nice. Like we've worked for this.
And we've saved for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've made a lot of good financial decisions. So
sacrificed a lot in order to be able to go on this trip or whatever. But yeah. So if you as a mom here must be nice to leave, loaded with sarcasm, pretty soon, mom's going to feel like, oh, I was selfish for taking time away. I shouldn't have done that. I don't deserve this or whatever else. So please don't say must be nice to anyone.
Yeah. So if you're a mom and you see another mom get away, like don't say must be nice to her.
For real, moms, don't do that to each other.
Yeah. Gotta have each other's back.
Community, support.
So women, be better than the men are to me. Men should have had my back in this last episode. They didn't.
They did not.
Women have each other's backs.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
So, well, and the thing is, like, to be fair, us dads, for the most part, we're going to make sure we get our time alone. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, men do not have to work as hard. It appears men do not have to work as hard to get time away as women do.
Some of you dads do, and we respect that. We see that.
But I think even like, if you've got a stay-at-home mom and you've got a dad who's working, he can get off work and he can go do whatever.
He can drive the long way home.
Exactly. Like he can be like, mom can't do that. She just can't now I did lock our kids outside a couple of times.
Yeah, they love to tell that story.
They love to tell the story about how I locked them outside like it was some sort of blazing hot desert and they were dying. It wasn't true. And like there were no toys but we're not going there. But the point is like most of the time like we can't get away. Because even when I locked them outside, they're pounding on the window, crying.
Yeah.
It was hard to ignore them, but I worked at it.
But dad gets off work and he drives 30 miles out of the way to go to Top Shot Golf on the way home. And it's like...
Yeah. He'll get his time.
Yeah. Stop by and get a drink on the way home. Whatever. This one I find actually very amusing. And it might get Lysandra preaching again.
Uh-oh.
you need to get the kids back on track.
I feel a sermon coming.
I know. It's like you threw them off track, like you got them off track, but it's her responsibility to get them back on track.
But that's actually true.
Yeah.
Because it like dad like goes back to work the next day, and mom's got these kids who are sugared up, no sleep, routine off, nobody's brushed their teeth. They want to not do anything that you have been making them do for their whole lives, but then dad didn't do any of it. So they're not used to all of this. And so you really do have to work really hard. You probably have 3 to 4 very bad days to get them back on track.
Yeah. So rather than like, dumping it all on her, just take responsibility rather than expecting her to immediately fix it. And it's like, it's
going to take time.
Hey babe, this has been, we survived. Like we survived, but I'm going to help you. We're going to get things back in shape here.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And here's the thing. The key is just this: to avoid guilt trips, sarcasm, or scorekeeping. Right? Avoid the negative things. As a husband who should love his wife more than anybody else, you should be happy when she gets a chance to get away, to get some rest, to recoup, to feel fresh and be herself again. And you shouldn't make her feel guilty or ashamed for doing that. Instead, focus on genuine welcome. Like, I'm glad to see you. Gratitude. Thanks that she got home. Thanks for what she does on a regular basis. You're getting a small glimpse of what she has to deal with all the time. And shared responsibility. Like, hey, let's maybe I need to step it up around here a little bit more on the regular now that I see everything that's going on. So.
All right, now let's flip it and let's talk about the best things that you should say. So these are good things that you can say when mom goes away, which, by the way, mom should be getting away. Make sure that you give her some time. Moms, maybe you're listening to this episode and you need to have a very kind, loving discussion with your husband that you need a break. It's good for you to have a break. Within reason, right? I mean, I think you can definitely sway the pendulum too far the other way and you go away too often and you're constantly trying to escape.
Yeah.
That's not healthy either.
Well, and I think that there are a few ways you can work to make this happen, because for a lot of people, especially in this economy, money is very tight.
Yeah.
And finances are tight. So putting it in your budget. So
saving for it.
Yep, saving for it. And so that can kind of also help with regular spending habits. So it's like, rather than spending money on this dress or this extra thing or whatever else,
or like a coffee from Starbucks,
right? I want to put that money in a fund where it's like a mom getaway fund.
Yep.
So
Love
then
that idea.
she's working to help towards the budget and all that.
Yeah, great idea.
And I think also, hey, maybe it's just going to stay with a friend somewhere, so it's not costing me a lot of money. Which housing is usually the most expensive part
of a trip.
That maybe air travel if you got to fly, but figuring out ways that you can do it on the cheap.
Yeah,
also.
absolutely.
So just things to consider as we said, we think mom should get away and have breaks, but being wise about the way that you do it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, best things to say. We missed you so much, but I'm so glad you got this time for yourself. So you are showing love without the guilt, right? You want to recognize the fact that her absence was hard. You missed her, you loved her, but you also want to support her need for space and relaxation and refreshing. So I think this is great, because if you walk in the door, or if your wife, the mom, walks in the door and you act like, oh, it was no big deal. You were gone. Didn't even know you were gone. I did so well. That is so hurtful. It feels like, well, I'm not important. I'm not loved. I'm not missed. I'm not valued. Not needed.
Which goes back to what I was saying. Like, you can't have the place spotless.
I don't.
She's got to know she's needed.
It's fine with me if the house is spotless, as long as you're like, it was really hard, but we wanted to make this clean for you the way that you do for us. And you work really hard. We worked really hard to make it clean. So don't make it act like, oh, it was so easy to clean it.
But then you would expect that level of clean all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yes. All right. I'm starting to get angry. Move on. Move on.
Yeah. But hey, we did miss you. And hugging her, kissing her, letting her know, like, as excited as the kids are to see her, you ought to be that excited or more excited.
Yes. There's like one of the best feelings in the world is when your kids are little and you're gone and you come back and they come running and grab you by the legs.
Yeah.
You know,
I loved it. I loved walking in the door and hearing, Daddy! And like
Every time.
they would come running.
oh, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. Now,
So great.
now I walk in the house and it's like, nobody even knows I left.
Coconut runs.
That's it. That's true. Coconut is the one who comes up.
The girls, we don't even get off the couch. Like we just like whatever we're doing just keeps happening.
Yeah. They're like, wait, you weren't upstairs?
That's it. We thought you were here.
Yeah. So, good old Coconut. Yeah. So treat your wife like your dog treats you. Excited to see you.
There you go.
This is a good one to say also. You deserve that break.
That's
And
good.
more.
Ooh, and okay, like this is going to happen again in the future.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like,
That's a great way to
this
come
is
home.
like a small little thing to say thank you for what you do. You deserve the break, chance to get away. You deserve more than that. And so it acknowledges how much she gives and that taking care of herself is important too.
That's really good.
So obviously it can be taken to a crazy extreme, but for the most part, moms, you know, we know how much you sacrifice for your kids, for your family, and you deserve to take care of yourself. And this is one of those things where you know, if you don't take care of yourself, it's hard to take care of others. If you're not feeding your own soul, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, and all those sorts of things, you're not going to have anything left to give.
It's true.
And so making sure that you do take that time, and guys, make sure she takes that time and acknowledge that, hey, you deserve it.
This one is good, but dangerous. The kids were great and we had fun. It's so nice for them to have time with me too. That sounds great, but you can't act like everything was easy because that hurts our feelings. You can't act like, oh, we had so much fun because you left.
Yeah.
That feels bad. So you could say something like, the kids were great and we had a great time. I love spending time with my kids, but man, it's nice when you get home. Or like, it is tough. It is a lot of work. Something like that. So just tag that on.
Don't take your kids to do your wife's favorite stuff while she's gone.
Seriously. Like I have such FOMO. Like one time Thomas took the kids, I was helping with a baby shower on vacation. So we were on vacation. I was helping with a bridal shower, I think it was actually. So I'm ironing,
bridal shower,
I'm ironing like 100 tablecloths. It was great. I love that kind of stuff. But Thomas's job was to take the kids and he went to like an alligator farm. They got shakes at this like special shake shop. The yard.
If you've not been to the yard, it's incredible. Like
Yeah.
it's not just a single place. They're at different places. But they're huge.
Yeah, there's there's one that has like a piece of pie on top of the shake or something.
Yeah, or a
right?
giant piece of cheesecake and whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so then we went and saw alligators, baby alligators. Yeah.
Which
And-
I love animals. I would have loved baby alligators.
Oh.
He comes back so happy.
and
We
we
had the
went
best day ever.
We went and watched a movie.
Yes. Yeah. He did things that cost money, which I would have never said yes to.
Yeah, you weren't there. So you weren't there to tie it in the reins.
I was really sad that day.
But at that point, it wasn't like you were getting away. You know, you were doing what you wanted to do on our vacation. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're going to stick to that?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I would not have chosen to use our vacation for a wedding.
Well, actually, we did choose to use the vacation for a wedding, but
Yeah,
maybe
we
not
did.
setting up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We already did that one. It's your turn.
Okay, my turn?
We got off track.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right here. I gotcha. I took care of things so you could come home to calm, not chaos. Okay? So you're letting her know you made the effort to maintain peace and routine.
Effort.
Yes, you gave some effort. Make sure it's not up to her certain level.
Yeah.
Like I said, you just want to make sure she knows we need you around here.
Yeah.
So, pair of shoes here,
Yeah.
dish there, but not like a sink full of dishes.
Yeah. I love it when he says things like this. Tell me about your trip. I want to hear everything. And it shows interest and gives mom, space to decompress and relive the good memories. And I love it when you are interested in like what I did and what fun I had. So it's a really nice thing.
And it helps to generate a conversation. So you're able to ask follow-up questions about what happened. And then, obviously moms are going to turn around and say, well, how was it here while I was gone? And you're having an opportunity to share about what happened, the good stuff, the fun stuff, the way the kids misbehave and scream to the store and just commiserate.
Yeah, and commiserating is really important, I think. But also, like, you don't want her to walk in the door and all you do is, like, whine and harp about how bad everything was, where she didn't even get to tell you the great time she had.
Yeah.
Now, there should be a time for you to harp and whine about how bad everything was, because us moms need that too. But let her have some time telling you what a great time she had. And be happy for her in that time. Like, that's so cool. I'm so glad you got the opportunity to do that. Kind of thing.
Let her extend that great time and bring that happiness, that excitement into the household, into the family.
Yeah.
And that just has a rippling effect on, how things are going to go.
I think it's also really important to help your kids be happy for mom. Like, let your kids hear about how good everything was, and let your kids say things like, that's so cool, mom, you deserve that, or things like that. Like, get the kids in on being happy for mom and not being jealous. Or just like, it's no fair, you got to go and we had to stay home,
Yeah, because ultimately, it's a great opportunity to set an example for them, for the kids to be thankful and set up expectations for their own families as well, how husbands and wives are going to interact in moments like that. Yeah. So that's a great one there. It's just, hey, tell me about your trip. And genuinely being interested and asking follow-up questions. And here's the thing, guys. Everything she talks about, just ask her, well, how'd that make you feel?
Yeah.
So she loved to talk about her feelings, tell you all about it. And, that'll take her trip up to the next level, knowing that you're excited about it.
Absolutely.
Here's one, and this is one I feel. I felt every time you were gone. I still feel it all the time. We're so lucky to have you. Like, it's just simple, heartfelt, validating. Yeah.
And you say this now, and you've always said it all along. And it's really, really great. And just saying, like, I think one thing you used to say is, I don't know how you do this every day.
Yep.
That made me feel so good. Like, I don't know if that would make every woman feel good, but it sure made me feel good.
Well, it's like, obviously now we have 4 teenagers from 19 down to 14. So just go back like 12 years and it's like 2 to 5 or whatever it was. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I love that age, but I was not the primary caregiver for 4 tiny little toddlers. Like, I would come, I was disciplined, I was fun. So when it was like me and the 4, it was like, oh geez, this is exhausting. It's exhausting.
Yeah. But it feels so good when your spouse says something to that effect of like, I don't know how you do this every day. You're amazing. Yeah. Wow. To hear that. Whew.
Yeah. And it really did. It left me like it had me amazed at what you were able to do. Like, I'm still amazed at what you're able to do, but when it comes to the small kids, it was just like, man, I just honestly don't know how you do this every day, day in, day out, all the time.
Yeah.
So mother's love, I guess, but.
Yeah, it is a mother's love.
Yeah.
I loved it. I did love it. Like, I needed a break, but I loved it.
Yeah. We're so lucky to have you, though.
Yeah. What would feel good for you right now? Rest, catching up, or alone time? This one almost seems out there. Like, how could you? I don't know any dad who's going to like see mom walk in the door after 3 days of her being gone and be like, do you want to go rest for a little while? Yeah. I feel like this is not practical or realistic, but if you can make this happen, I'm sure that would mean a lot to her.
Well, I think it's a great thing because like she's just had hopefully a really good time, and we all know what it's like just to be thrown right back into the fire.
Yeah, it's hard.
And so to be able to come into the house and like slowly get her feet back under her and get back into mom mode. Like, I think whatever you can do to help minimize the just dumping everything on her right away will be the best. So, obviously, as mom comes back in the house, your kids are going to be all over most likely.
Yes.
So whatever you can do to kind of minimize it, just throwing her back into the fire of it all.
Yeah, like even like, hey, I'm so glad you're home. Also, I made dinner tonight. You don't have to make dinner tonight. You know,
Even
like,
if making
wow.
dinners, like I called Domino's.
Yeah. At that point, she's probably okay with it.
Yeah, because there's times where like Lysandra's like, you're making dinner tonight. And I'm like, all right, where's my phone?
Yes.
Just kidding. It's right here in my hand.
Oh, snap. Addiction.
Yeah. So, and this kind of goes along with some things that we've already talked about. I really admire how much you do every day. Like I felt it this week, or I felt it this weekend, or these couple of days, whatever it was. It is a respectful way to show you noticed her contributions without sounding overwhelmed or pitying.
Yeah, it's so good.
So it's a lot of these is kind of the way you phrase things and your tone of voice can make all the difference in the world. And just letting her know, I this has helped me see. Maybe you saw it before. This has helped me see in a more experienced way what it is that you deal with all the time.
Yeah. This one's so good because it gives her hope for the future. Next time you go, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So like Dad's planning on letting you go away again sometime. This wasn't the last time for the rest of your life. You are going to get another opportunity to go again. But it also shows like it was tough and he's strategizing and he's trying to get like, he's going to try to do better even than he did this time in that. And these kind of affirmations just, they support her emotionally, but they also deepen your teamwork as parents and partners.
So like next time I'm stocking up on TV dinners ahead of time.
So you don't have to take her into Hy-Vee.
Exactly. I'll just buy all the TV dinners and let them choose at home.
Hy-Vee is now in the freezer.
Yep, exactly. So, recognizing and appreciating the role of mom during her well-deserved time away can go a long way in strengthening your partnership. And here are some ways Dad can show appreciation. And I think this is kind of a good conversation to have right as we get into Mother's Day in just a couple days. To be thinking about how you can show appreciation. And maybe one of the ways you could show appreciation is by talking to her about having a getaway.
Yeah, that could be her Mother's Day gift is like next weekend, I'm going to send you away on this awesome trip or to go see your mom or to go visit your friend or whatever.
Or it's just like, hey, let's figure out a time and let's plan it. And that can be part of your gift is like planning it and figuring out what you're going to do and when you're going to go. But yeah. So just a little thought as Mother's Day is just a couple days away.
Mm-hmm. So what can you do before her trip, during her trip to make it even better? So one of the things you can do is to encourage her to enjoy herself guilt-free. Okay. So you're
guilt-free as possible.
There will be guilt. She will have guilt.
Some moms can go away and not think about it at all. Other moms, it's all they think about.
I want to say most moms will have guilt. There are some, and I have friends. I have 3 friends that I can think of out of my many friends.
I have 3 friends.
I have many friends, but I only have 3 that have ever told me, I don't have any guilt when I leave. I just love it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? What's that like? That sounds amazing. And I'm happy for them. But I only have 3 friends that are that way, and I have many other friends.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think that most moms will have guilt just because she's leaving. But what you want to do is try to minimize that and let her know that she deserves this break and you've got everything handled. You're going to do your best without her and that you want her to relax. One thing that Thomas does for me anytime I am doing something for myself, whether it is like a little 3-day trip or if it is just like sometimes it's been a while, I guess. I'm trying to think of like, what do I do where I'm just, it's like with my sister. Like if I go to breakfast with my sister or I go do something with just me and my mom, he will text me while I'm gone and he says, have a great time. You deserve this. Mm-hmm. That text means everything, you guys, because like it's not that I don't have guilt. I still do, but it minimizes it. And it makes me know that from Thomas, there is no guilt. From Thomas, he really believes that I deserve this. And there's something beautiful about that term, that phrase, you deserve this.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Well, it's just providing some emotional support that will help her actually relax.
Right, exactly. It's hard to relax when you're gone.
So, like, as a husband and a father, the best thing for you and your house and your kids is for her to get away and to get refreshed and get relaxed. So, however you can help support that process, and part of that is trying to help her make sure that she can get away guilt-free.
Yes. And part of that is sending thoughtful messages like what we just talked about. But here's another idea that can help her trip be even better. And that is send photos of the kids, like a quick, we miss you, but we're doing great. Something like that. So they know, like, you're valuable. It's not that our life is better because you're gone. But the kids are all happy, healthy, everything's fine. And like a quick enjoy your time with a little cute kid photo, like dad in a selfie with the kids, or like the kids are taking a nap and they're cuddled up together. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy even like thinking about
This is what we do when we dog sit. Like we take pictures of the little doggies and we send them to their dog parents. And
we do. We have 2 little dogs right here, right now.
Yeah, they're literally in the living room. They're so good. They're sitting there.
They're sleeping
just
right now.
laying there.
They're sleeping. They're so sweet. And so we send pictures of like cute photos of them to their dog, mom and dad. And we're like, the puppies are doing great. Enjoy your time. They're having a great time. Something like that.
So just treat your kids like dogs and send the pictures on to their mama.
That's the message we're sending.
So, but there's this side of it also. Don't over message.
Oh yeah, true.
Don't send her a text every hour. Like,
it's no longer cute.
Exactly. Yeah.
I no longer want to see the pictures of the kids.
Exactly. And don't send texts that are complaining about something, or, hey, when you coming back? Or the kids are driving me nuts. Like, just, you take care of home and let her have a good time. So don't need to like reach out to her every 2 seconds.
That's right. And when she comes back, you're going to welcome her with the warmth, the love. We missed you. As clean a house as you possibly can.
Not as possibly can, but
we disagree on this. So it's okay to disagree in your marriage as long as you can disagree in a healthy way. I think that you should clean the house as much as possible as long as you let her know that it was hard work. Thomas believes you should leave some mess to show her.
Minimal, but yeah.
Minimal? Okay. So you're going to have to make your own decision on that, right?
You got to set an everyday standard. I mean.
Yeah. But you want her to know that you did try to clean things up.
Yeah. And then give her a reasonable reentry. Mm-hmm. Don't immediately hand off the kids or start listing what went wrong. Just like we said, let her just kind of ease back into it. Mm-hmm. Let her hold on to that glow as long as possible, because eventually the kids and the chores and you are going to steal it from her. Mm-hmm. But let her hold on to that as long as possible.
Okay, this is one I never would have thought of, but is so sweet, and it's offering a small gift or a note. So mom comes back from a trip away and you give her a gift? Like, that sounds over the top. And so this will make you an over the top dad. A handwritten card, flowers, or a treat that she loves, just to show her, I'm thinking about you. I was thinking about you when you were away. And that's really guilt-free, because it's like, not only did I want you to go on this trip, but I'm so happy you're back and here's a gift. Like, there's no guilt there. That's just love and appreciation.
Yeah, like having her walk in the door and see a vase of flowers on the counter is just like, yeah.
Really, really over the top.
99% of the dishes done. I mean,
99%, huh?
Yeah.
Just will not go to that 100.
So, and then praise her in front of the kids.
That's good.
We really missed mom. She does so much for us. Like, you're excited, and have them be excited, and make sure your kids know how much you appreciate her and love her and are thankful for what she does. And like we said, this is modeling for the kids, and you're teaching them gratitude as well.
So good.
And so often as you start it, the kids will chime in and, just kind of multiply the feelings of gratitude.
Mm-hmm. And genuinely ask her, how her trip was, listen to it, let her relive those good moments. And this is, I think, an important part of the whole thing. Plan your own solo trip too. So we're not keeping score, but it is good for a dad to get a break too. So maybe plan something for dad as well. Like, I know we're kind of talking Mother's Day, we're talking about mom getting away, but make sure that there is some balance there. It can't ever be perfectly balanced. But but it might be a great thing to talk about. Moms, talk about like, what do you want to do, honey? And a lot of times dads don't want to get away. Like you didn't really want to get away.
So you heard it here, Ryan. She said we can go away for our 25th anniversary.
Oh my goodness. You guys are such losers. Oh.
So me and Ryan met 25 years ago this coming fall. So bro trip is on. You heard it. Bro trip is on.
Actually, I'd be fine with that.
I know.
But you know, maybe at the end of all this, you can kind of talk about like, okay, what can dad do? How can dad get away? And there's no reason he can't get away as well. So just talking about that balance and reciprocation would be good as well. But whatever you can do to let your wife, let the mom get some time away without guilt, without feeling terrible as much as possible, showing that you appreciate her, but not implying that life is so easy. Like her life is so easy, her job is so easy. That is demeaning. And it isn't true. Her job is not easy. Her job is very difficult and she works hard. So you don't want to imply otherwise, but let her have that time away. And these are some of the things to say and some of the things not to say.
So family meeting tonight, you're going to sit down and have this conversation about, hey, when can mom get away for a few days? Where would she like to go? What would she like to do? Who does she want to see? And then discussing how you can make it possible. You know, finances are involved in that.
Yes.
Financially, how can we make it possible? What can we afford? Or what can we build and save towards? And how can we do that? And then, you know, does she want to go by herself? Does she want to go on a girls trip? Like, how do we want it to happen? Talk about ways we can make it happen at home. Like, okay, dad still has to work and we've got the kids. So how can we figure out a way that we can have help come in during the day to take care of the kids while dad goes to work during the day? Just the details of it, right? And so have that conversation, planning that mom's getaway. She deserves it. Mm-hmm. She deserves it. So help her make it happen. Be excited for her. Don't make her feel guilty for it.
Thanks for joining us today. Please go and subscribe to the Family Meeting Podcast from your favorite podcast provider. And if you found this information helpful, please share this episode on social media and invite your friends and family to listen in with you.
To find more content and information Lysandra and I provide, you can go to our website, familymeeting.org. And listen, we want to hear from you. We want to hear your experiences, yes, your thoughts on the episode, your ideas. You can do that in one of two ways. You can shoot us an email at info@familymeeting.org or reach us at 904-257-3062.
And we want to invite you to join us for our next family meeting as we discuss how you spend your life. We're going to look at what's truly important and see if we and you feel like you are spending your life on the right things. This is something that we have to evaluate regularly, and we think you should too.
Thanks for joining us today for this family meeting. Have a great week, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. Share with us maybe something we missed, or maybe you have a great idea of how to make mom feel special and get away and not have guilt, but also not feel like she's not needed. Man, women's emotions are a little bit of a tiptoeing minefield, aren't they?
Yeah. But like, what has your family done for you to help you be able to get away?
Yeah. Maybe you guys have an idea we didn't think of.
Give some advice for that. I'd love to hear about it, and we could talk about it and share it next time as we share our comments.
That's right. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for sharing this episode. We really appreciate you doing that. Have a great week.